Hi everybody, it is now June 15th, 2014. I'm Rob and this is Goshawk. If you followed any of the other videos before, Goshawk is our 43-foot Bruce Roberts Ketch made out of all steel. We've been working on her for a couple years now, trying to get her into some kind of shape, and the teardown is pretty much complete, and we're just starting to do some build up now, just to show you kind of what we've been up to. The decks have all been primed. It's got the second coat of primer on, so we're going to be ready to paint before long. The windshield has been pulled out. They were plexiglass. I'm going to be putting tempered glass in there and hopefully working it. Got some thinking to do yet on how I'm going to make them opening, but I'd like to be able to open them up to let air in when on those really hot days. And we will eventually be getting a bimini top or maybe even a full enclosure. But just to show you what I've been up to today is kind of thinking towards that. If you'll notice, we've got the rigging lines for the mizzen mast right there, and the problem has been, because it's a center cockpit, the cockpit's pretty small, and the access, if you can see this big chunk of steel here, this was carrying on all the way past this winch and finishing up over here somewhere. So what you had to do is either step over that lip or go around these stays, and they kind of come up on an angle, so you kind of got to do a little bit of dodging around to get around those. Also, there was the winches. Where's the winches? There's the winches on the foredeck. See, they're on little stands, and those stands used to be right up on here, and yeah, it just made for a crowded maneuver out of the cockpit and onto the foredeck. So what we've decided to do is we've cut away that piece of the side. If you can see, this is how thick the deck and the upper structure is of the boat. I think that's pretty much the same down the steel to the water line, and then it even gets a little bit thicker below the water line. So she's a pretty seriously built ocean-going boat here. So that was one of the main reasons why we got her, even though she was in pretty ragged shape when we got her, and she still needs quite a bit of work. But anyways, what we've done, or what I've done today, is cut back the side panel here, and I'm going to be curling this edge up here and dropping it down, so we get a nice finished edge here. And then we've got a way to get on and off the deck, or sorry, down and on and off out of the cockpit without having to dodge around the stays. We still have to think about where those winches are going and how that's all going to work out, because we do have a main and a mizzen, a jib, and a staysail. So I do need all the winches, but trying to decide where they are going to be relocated and still kind of up in the air, but it'll come. Anyways, just like I said, figured I'd give you a quick update. Now, once this piece is done here, the windshields will probably be a couple of weeks anyway, because I'm going to have to get those made and tempered. And then the deck is going to be painted in Americoat 450 HS, which was recommended to me. Apparently, it's well used for ships and that sort of thing, and it resists salt water, which we haven't been in yet, but because we are on Lake Ontario. But for future considerations, it should be a good hard top coat. Then I've had the stanchion bases made for the lifelines, all made out of stainless, of course, and I'm sourcing some 1-inch tube to do the lifelines with, and I've got to get the fittings as well, but that'll come in fairly short order. This job I'm doing here today with the Dodger is kind of been an afterthought. It was something that kind of cropped up fairly recently, discussing how we're going to have to make it a little more manageable to get in and out of that cockpit, especially once we get an enclosure on her. So anyways, that's where we're at. It's just a quick update. I got to get back to work, and we'll update you soon, and hopefully she's looking a little better by then, and I'll try and make a video when we're putting after we've done the paint, or right around when we're doing the paint, and then of course when we start doing the lifelines, which we're really looking forward to, because at that point then she's going to look less like a construction site and more like a boat. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.